What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA basketball show. To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on. 9 p.m. Eastern, back in Big Sky country. Weber State Wildcats, 7-4, 2-2 in the Big Sky. Idaho Vandals, 0-11, 0-8 in Big Sky. We're at Cowan Spectrum in beautiful Moscow, Idaho. We have Weber State opening up as 11-point favorites. That quickly moves to 12.5 and a 12. This total opened up at 144. We now see hooks on the board at 144.5. Weber State just had their 4-game winning streak snapped in a 77-72 loss at Southern Utah on the second half of a home. They shot just 39.4% from the field, 29.6% from three. Leading scorer Isaiah Brown had his third straight game scoring 20-plus, 26 points and 6 boards, averaging 18.9 points, 4.8 assists, and 3.5 rebounds a game. They have 2 other players scoring in double figures in Cody Carlson and Zahir Porter, who each averaged 12.5 points per game. Weber State strong offensively, averaging 84 points per game, 16.8 assists. They shoot 49.6 from the field, 40.4% from three, and 75.3% from the stripe. Nice-looking group. After coming very close to getting their first win of the season in tight games with Northern Arizona and Southern Utah, Idaho is back to their old ways. They've lost each of their last 3 games by an average of 16.7 points per game. They haven't played since January 14th and 16th in losses to Northern Colorado, and that was their schedule. There's no COVID issues that have come in play. They have a difficult time scoring. They have 2 players averaging double digits, Scott Blakeney at 12 points, Damon Thacker at 11.6. They score just 62 points per game, hit just 43.7% from the field, 33.3% from three, 72.7% from the line. Max, Big Sky action for you. Weber State, Idaho. Let's roll.
Jim, this is Weber State's game to lose. It definitely resembles another big spread under situation. And I think that it's a dangerous situation to get on unders with Weber State as long as they're playing an opponent who is also going to struggle on that end. I think that with Weber State, this is a very potent offense. You know, this is a team that is taking good shots, and they're getting a lot of action towards the rim. And that's from the backcourt and from their trio of frontcourt players and guys like Michael Kozak and Dante Bassett and then Kobe Carlson. So I think that with Weber State, this is definitely a group that has to have shot balance and really has to score from all 3 levels and keep the defense as off balance as possible. And that really is going to be dependent on Isaiah Brown. Isaiah Brown's done a really good job of integrating into this offense along with all the other new pieces. And with him running the offense, he's done a really good job of getting other guys into their spots while not being a turnover machine, unlike some of his other fellow point guards in the Big Sky. I think that with the way that he draws fouls and is, I would borderline say, fearless when driving to the bucket, it's a guy that definitely is going to be able to score with the clock stopped. And in a situation late in the second half when you're up by 8 or 9 points and you have Idaho fouling, well, that's a guy who's going to convert. He's already converted 40 free throws in 8 games. So when you're giving me 5 free throws, 5 free throw makes a game, definitely catches my eye as a guy who loves teams and players who make their free throws. Because really, you can dunk, you can shoot from half court, but you can't make a free throw when everything's quiet and everybody's looking at you. Like, come on. So, the one thing for Weber State that I'm very interested in seeing is how the emergence or lack of emergence of Dylan Jones proceeds. I think that this is a kid at 6'6" that really has the ability and is going to have the opportunity to get the minutes to be impactful. And with his intangibles and his ball awareness and his court IQ, I think that this is a kid that can make a big difference for me tomorrow in this game. I think that with Idaho, I've seen a good bit of them. I think that with guys like Scott Blakeney, yeah, he's definitely the old dog, does a good job of getting high percentage looks close to the bucket, getting on the glass and getting to the free throw line. But the one guy that I think is ready to start breaking out is Tanner Christensen. The 6'10" freshman's done a really good job integrating into this depth role that he's in. And I think that he's just going to earn himself more and more minutes. He's going to bring some size that's going to be needed against the front court of Weber State. And if Weber State's front court is aggressive like I expect them to, there's going to be fouls getting picked up. I think that this is a spot where I got to take Weber State on the spread. I do recognize that we have seen a 1.5 move from the line that I saw it open at, but I still think that this is a game where they may not have as much success in the second game, but in the first game, I can still see them winning this game and project them winning this game by 18 points. So 12.5 is still good enough by me.
Well, let's lock that in for you. It has moved to 13 at Circa, but you get 12.5 at all the legal licensed books, but one being PointsBet, giving you just minus 105 juice. So let's go there and lock that in for our man Maxwell Smart. Weber State minus 12.5 and minus 105 at PointsBet.